So, the name of this story is called Who's Zoomin Who? And it's in an upcoming chapter in my third book that'll be out next year. And it's about how substance abusers can easily be deceived by demons. And it's how we get caught up and we get tricked and we get trapped and we don't realize it until it's too late. Now, this is a true story that happened to me. It's an event that occurred one morning, and it's about how I was deceived. And this was after my recovery from substance abuse, so they still do try to come after us. So listen to the story, and hopefully you get something out of it. Don't forget to like and share the video and leave comments. Hi. First, let me take a moment to thank those who stuck around to watch this video. Now, as I said in the beginning, in the introduction, that it's about deceptions and how demons use lies and deceptions to trick us. And many people who struggle with substance abuse are still under the influence of his lies and deception. So the name of this story, or the topic of this, is about deception and lies. But the name of this story is called Who's Zooming Who? And as I said, it's about an event that happened to me. So let me read this right quick. All believers are taught that we cannot defeat Satan alone. We don't outwit him. We don't outmaneuver him. And there's no reasoning with him or his demons. He is a master of deception and the author of lies, which is taught in the Bible. There's no lie or act of deception that Satan has not told or committed. So as I said, I'm going to share an incident that happened to me one morning. And it turned out to be a futile attempt by me to interrupt one of his efforts against me personally. So every morning I set aside a period for meditation. And it's usually done after hearing or reading a message, and I find myself in need of some clarity. And it's also done after I may ask God for something specific, like healing or guidance. Morning meditation brings instructions, answers, confirmations, directions, clarity, and if nothing else, it brings peace. This period of meditation requires me to focus on listening for and hopefully hearing God's reply or hearing his voice. One morning, while I was waiting on an answer to a petition to God, which I forgot what it was, I noticed a presence trying to interrupt my focus. Now, this presence shows up from time to time in an attempt to distract me from whatever it is I'm concentrating on, or as it pertains to hearing God's voice. Now, at the same time this presence appeared, I want to say it was a trap door that opened up. And for some reason, I thought this was an opportunity for me. So I decided that I was going to take this presence, which I now recognize to be as one of Satan's demons. I was going to take this presence through the trap door and down the stairs to what I believed to be was a pit. And I thought that by doing so, I would lure it to the bottom And then I was going to hurry up and get up out of the pit and lock the demon in a place where it would never again have the opportunity to distract me. Now, that was my brilliant and not so well thought out plan. As we got closer to what I thought was the bottom, I happened to glance over at this demon, and I'm thinking it doesn't have a clue of what's going on. It doesn't have a clue of what I'm trying to do to it. And to my surprise, it was smiling at me. Now, my first thought was, this fool doesn't know what's happening, and I have it right where I want it. And the further down we went, though, the more it smiled at me. That's when I realized what I had done. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I don't even remember what it was that I had petitioned God for on this occasion. And that's because in my efforts to dispose of the distraction being caused by the presence of this demon, who appeared just as I was asking God for answers, I got distracted, just as Satan had planned, which is why he sent the demon in the first place. By believing I had zoomed in on the way to disrupt one of Satan's plans, he had already zoomed in on the way to do exactly what I didn't want to happen. He shifted my focus and my concentration during that period of meditation. By the time I realized what had happened, it was too late. I could feel that demon laughing as I tried to retreat from that trap. And I mean, I was trying to get up out of there quick. Mysteriously, though, this entire event, which took place in my mind, seemed to take hours, but in reality, based on the time when I closed my eyes to begin meditating, it only occurred over a few minutes. The lesson of all of this is covered in the beginning of the story, when I indicated that not only can we not plan to defeat Satan on our own, but we can't even recognize his many lies and deception without the aid of the Holy Spirit. So, for us fans of Aretha Franklin, this is for us old schoolers who are watching or listening to, or will read this story in my book, I would like to ask, in your opinion, in this instance, in this story, who was Zoomin Who? Hey, look, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching it. And as I always say, please like and share the channel. You can find more content on my YouTube channel called Overcoming Addiction. And if you have any comments, leave it in the comment section. And if you like, you can reach out to me on Facebook for any suggestions that you might have for a video. You can find me on Facebook under my name, Sandy Mays. Also, I'm on Instagram too. So, again, thanks for tuning in. Oh, and don't forget to pick up a copy of the books. They're out now. The first is called The Effective Use of Spiritual Tools. It's a book written by me about how I use the spiritual tools to overcome substance abuse. And the second book is called The Pressures of Addiction. And in this book, I detail a lot of the things or a lot of the pressure I was under and I was feeling as a substance abuser, and how prayer and meditation helped me to get through those periods. So pick up the book at C Publishing. I'm going to put the email address here and you can email them and go to their website. I'm going to post the website also. Or you can get it at Amazon.com online and Barnes & Noble, and there's some other platforms. But I actually would prefer that you go to the publishing company and get the book. Or you may be able to email me a request for the book and I can send it to you. So thanks again for watching, and be on the lookout for the next video on the Overcoming Addiction channel.